we're going to do some football. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Now,
I'm ready.
Erin is not here today. She was 5-1 last week.
I know.
Woo.
I don't know how that happened.
All right. So, all right. Well, let's get to it. Let's start with the first game, Khalil.
Detroit at Chicago.
All right.
Big game. Chicago coming off of a win at Green Bay. Aaron Shoulders breaks his collarbone. Josh McCown comes in there, rallies that team to a win. We're starting to see this Mark Trestman squad kind of gel and develop.
Yeah.
Who knows? Detroit coming off of an ultra-dramatic win against Dallas. A couple weeks ago, they had their bye week. Now Detroit's rested up. They're playing at Chicago, essentially for the lead in the NFC North. That's going to be a very, very good game.
Both of these teams are going to be riding high coming into this game.
Yes, they are, and they know how important this game is. So my pick, the Detroit Lions. I just think, like I said beginning of the season, I think Detroit's going to win the division, and this game is going to help them do that.
All right. I think Erin picks. She picks Detroit. And I'm going to do the trifecta here. I've got Detroit as well in this game. I think Chicago is going to be outmatched in this one.
I think so. I think if it gets to a point where Chicago's defensive line is hurting a lot, and Detroit needs to prove that they can win on the road and win outside of the dome. They need to prove that, and I think this is a step. This is a step in the maturity of this young team. Are they really going to put it together and win a much-needed divisional game on the road?
Next one is Dallas at New Orleans. Well, check this out.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Saints because they are really tough at home, and they're not going to lose 2 weeks in a row.
Exactly. Losing to the Jets kind of, I would say they got a little bit embarrassed by the Jets.
They got
spanked. It was not a close game at all. They got run all over. Chris Ivory got revenge against his former team. We have Dallas coming in off of a win, and they're feeling kind of happy, but everybody out there knows how I feel about the Cowboys. So we're going to see. I don't think Dallas can really hang in that Superdome. New Orleans plays.
The crowd and everything.
They play very strong at home. Sean Payton's upset. Dallas's defense is not as formidable as the, let's say, the payroll for that defense apparently is. And I see New Orleans going in and winning.
Who does Erin pick? Can we go to Erin's pick on this? She picks New Orleans as well. Right across the board. All right, guys.
She went 5-1. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Okay, Baltimore, Cincinnati. Let's take a look at this game. The Bengals travel to Chowdertown for this one.
Yes,
sir. We'll have to see how this goes. I'm picking Cincinnati on the road.
Yeah.
On this one. I think they are gelling as a team. Their defense is playing well. Andy Dalton is throwing the ball all over the place. A.J. Green is hauling them in, and they're looking good.
They're looking really good. They also have the young tailback, rookie Giovanni Bernard, and Marvin Jones is stepping up as well. Now, Baltimore's my hometown. I grew up in Charm City, went to the Inner Harbor, loved crab cakes until I developed an allergy. You know, everything is great. But I just see... My pick is the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore is going to win. I think the Ravens are going to pull this game out to make that division a little bit tighter. Cincinnati needs to take a step or two. They lost Geno Atkins for the year, their amazing all-pro defensive tackle. What are they going to do? Who's going to come in and fill that void? I want to see what they do against this Ravens team that, again, desperately needs a win. And this time of the season, we know how those teams respond.
Let's put up the next game here. And the next one is, boom. Not Baltimore and Cincinnati, but our next game is Denver, San Diego. Do we need to spend any time on this one? Broncos.
Yes, but I think it's going to be a very tough game. This is San Diego, which is 4-3, I believe, and understands that they can pick up a game on both of the teams leading the division. San Diego and Denver are always tough. What's more important is San Diego's coach was Denver's offensive coordinator last year. So these teams and the coaching and the scheming, they're going to have some familiarity with each other. I want to see who plays out, which team comes to perform. Peyton Manning's got 2 bum ankles. We know that Denver's secondary is a little bit Swiss cheese a la Green Bay the past couple years. Who is going to step up and make the big plays when they want? Because the one thing we can say about San Diego, although they're inconsistent, when they're on, they play hard.
But I think we're Denver across the board on that one.
Yes, we are.
Carolina and San Francisco got about a minute left, Khalil.
This is the game of the week, if you ask me.
I think it's tremendous. I like Carolina in this game.
Smart man.
Thank you.
As do I. That defense is a top 10 defense. Cam Newton and the offense are really starting to come on. They've won 4 straight games. If they didn't lose those 2 games by a few points earlier this year, Carolina would be 7-1. we'd be thinking about them as NFC Super Bowl contenders.
Let's look at the stats for our group here. Aaron was 5-1 last week.
4-2.
Khalil, respectable 4-2. Don't even listen to me.
500's not bad.
Well, in this, so there's the season stats so far.
Aaron.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm a game behind Aaron.
I know.